There is a big question that remains, and that is whether the Victorian government, and therefore the Victorian people, are sufficiently well prepared as such emergencies philosophically as they try to move Victoria away from coal-fired power stations to renewable energy, bypassing gas as a transitional fuel. Well, Paul Broad is well placed to answer that question. He's the former Chief Executive of Snowy Hydro and joins me now. Paul, always good to have a chat to you. So go to that question.
Hi, Ross. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So go to that question. Victoria is trying to bypass gas, trying to take its people off gas to go straight from coal-fired power stations to renewables. Have they got a hope in hell of trying to keep their system stable while they try to do that?
No, absolutely not. Victoria needs more gas plants. Victoria has a lot of gas, a lot of onshore gas. The madness of not accessing Victorian gas puts them on a knife's edge. Victoria has had relatively mild summers over the last 3. They are now facing very difficult conditions. And sadly, Victorians are going to have to get accustomed to regular brownouts, as Daniel was referring to there. The truth is they need peaking power. You cannot do this renewables. The base coal plants are becoming less reliable because no money's been spent on them. They want to close them. The more you do that, the more you're going to need gas plants, the more you're going to need gas. And there's oodles of gas in Victoria, and the government simply doesn't want to get it. They simply, for ideological reasons, do not want to access it. And that is going to be at the cost of the Victorian customers and the cost of the Victorian economy as it becomes less and less reliable and less attractive to invest in.
So the Victorian government, their spin on this at the moment is this is a freak weather event that's taken down, key high tensile lines, and as a result of that, really, this has been the thing that's actually shorted out effectively the Loy Yang A power station. But the question is, if there were other sources of electricity, that could have actually kicked in more quickly as well.
Well, I think the power lines down are a natural disaster. So you get the argument, the lines come down. But the truth is, getting them restarted, getting those big base load power plants restarted is very difficult. Gas plants can start in half an hour. So having gas plants, hydro plants, you can bring on relatively quickly to fill in gaps. So when issues like power lines are down and they need to restart the system, you need those gas plants. And Victoria is running out of gas because they're not accessing enough of it. I know my old Snowy gas plants down in Victoria, the 2 of them. One of them's getting old and needs significant replacement. We wanted to double it, but couldn't get any more gas. We need to expand rapidly Victorian gas plants, not just for these catastrophic wind events or weather events, but in this transition, I was nearly going to say stupid, but nearly is, this rapid move for ideological reasons to put in more and more renewables without having firming, out having power plants that operate when there's no weather event, or when it's dead calm, there's no sun. You need to have these other power plants, the gas plants, the hydro plants, and others to fill the gaps. And Victoria is incredibly short.
Okay, so take me to one other aspect of yesterday. You did see a response from other parts of the market. You saw Tasmania, for example, sending significant amounts of power across that Basslink into Victoria. You saw South Australia bringing electricity in across their interconnector as well. Isn't that a part of the market mechanism? Isn't that part of what Victoria is hoping can make its power sustainable in the long term?
So they need capacity, and Tassie is a great hydro plant, but it's not a capacity plant. It's a base loader. So like run a river. So the river's not running. It doesn't have the storages that Snowy has. The biggest battery in the system is Snowy. Snowy is fully loaded into Victoria. It doesn't have more capacity to deliver to Victoria until 2.0 and other things are built. The lines into Victoria, the transmission lines, are under scale. They need to be significantly upgraded. I told Daniel that 10 years ago. They all put their head in the sand. Now, as all these disasters come at them, as they see the unreliability of the power system, they're all rushing around trying to make this thing happen in a hurry. The truth is, we've underinvested. The truth is, the risks in Victoria are highest in Victoria than anywhere else in the country. And the risks are that the Victorian economy will suffer significantly as it becomes less and less a reliable place to invest because of its power issues, the cost and the unreliability of its power system.
I'll tell you what, Paul, it's fascinating this because it's quite clear that people understand when 500,000 homes go out, when businesses go out in this way, when there's load shedding, which means that businesses have the electricity taken away from them, there is a genuine effect on the psychology of the people there. Paul Broad, I appreciate your time here on the program today. It's always good to chat to you.
Thanks, Ross.